I want to keep my job.
It's borderline salty.
But
Salamin sa libing. Hi, I'm Martin.
Hey, my name's Seth.
Hi, I'm Trish.
hi, my name is Erwan.
Hi, my name is Sam.
Hi, I'm Nika. And
This is how I make my bangus.
We're starting off a new series over here at FEATR with these beautiful new faces that you see next to us, not Martin. And today we're going to be cooking bangus in 6 different ways. Some of these recipes are tried and tested. Some of these will be the very first time that we've done it. So we have Trish, Nika, Sam, and Seth joining us, and they'll be cooking their recipes for us. I'm gonna get this right. We're not gonna cut. We're gonna keep going. And we're starting quite soft. This is an easy kind of landing. Eventually, this will turn into a competition where there'll be real lives and prizes at stake.
Prizes?
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of textures and combining them, especially kung opposites. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna poach my bangus, cook it, but it still has that delicate texture, and then bread it with some crushed cropek. So when you fry it, it turns into this light but crunchy breading type of thing. I'm gonna serve it with some creamy Buro sauce, burong kanin, and then serve it up with some fresh mustasa. So I'm gonna use bangus fillet, scales removed. Right, for the poaching liquid, it's this leeks, some crushed garlic, and ginger, dark soy sauce, and also some rock sugar. Bring this to a boil, and then we will poach our bangus. Just grab your fish, slowly put them in there. Just cover and leave this for 15 minutes since fillet naman siya. For the Buro sauce, the Buro that we have is already sauteed with the tomatoes, onions, garlic, pero enhance pa natin siya. First, your onions. Okay, onions are tender and translucent. Now it's time to add my garlic. I'm gonna add some burong kanin. Itong part na to, super quick lang. Just heat the buro through. And then, lower your heat. And using room temperature cream, dahan-dahan natin ilalagay. So just add generous amounts of pepper. Yeah, so this is my buro sauce. We already have the sauce, but while waiting for the fish to finish cooking, prepare na natin yung breading. So it's the usual dredging in flour, egg whites, and then our special breading, which will be made from these. These are fish crackers. This is cool. This is good enough for me, okay? Good na tayo sa fish. I have here ice cold water para lang mag-solid siya ulit, saka para hindi siya masyadong matuyo when we fry it. Leave that there for a minute or until lumamig siya. Want to dry it a bit. Up to you if you want to do like a solid half like this. So let's prepare our breading station. Start off with some egg whites. So I'm super excited to introduce you guys to 2 of our new babies, Trish and Seth. You can add more buro if you'd like.
Kailangan magandang subo, Seth.
Hell. It's like 4 inches.
I really see how it goes well with the mustasa. I think it's really great, Chef.
Oh, thank you. Can't wait to taste your
I
dishes.
love the texture. I think it's good on its own, like an appetizer. It's like really the non-traditional way to eat your bangus and to cook it also. Out of 5, 6.
6? 6?
Lagpas.
I like to throw parties, and today I'm going to be making some open-faced sandwiches with a nice Tinapang bangus spread. Few ingredients and very, very quick preparation. We're going to make some quick pickled onions. You want your onion slices to be this thin. Now that I have my onions cut, just gonna place them in some ice water, get it nice and crispy, and remove some of that abrasiveness. While we have our onions sort of washing, I'm gonna make a quick pickling liquid with some vinegar and just some raw sugar. Give it a little mix. And you can just get your onions here from the ice water, place them right in our pickling liquid. As you can see, we have our pickled onions ready. Now we can set that aside and get ready with the rest. I'm gonna go ahead with the bread and just cut it into a bias. So the twist in this one, I'm gonna be using Tinapang bangus or smoked bangus. So now that my oil is hot, I'm gonna sear it on the skin. All right, don't be afraid if the skin is getting ruined as you're flipping it. Remember, we're just heating it up. We're gonna shred it. We're not gonna make so much of a nice presentation as a whole fish. And with that being said, we can start making the rest of the spread. And here I have my celery. And this is where we're gonna mix everything up. 2 cloves of garlic, throw that in. Come in with my lemon. I'm gonna get the zest first. And I'm gonna cut my lemon in half. I'm gonna juice one first, and then later we can adjust. Here I'm gonna come in with my mayo. I'm gonna use first about 1 cup, and then we're gonna add again later. Lastly, tablespoon of sesame seeds. And a touch of black pepper. Now that we have our mixture done, just in time for our bangus. So I like flaking it with my hands. This way I can get any like leftover big bones or anything that's hard, just like this one. Small bone in the back. You don't want your guests to choke on something. Now that my bangus is all shredded, I'm gonna grab my bowl from earlier and just fold that in. I like mine a little spicy, so I'm gonna add a touch of red pepper flakes. Now that we have it done, I'm gonna set it aside and get ready with everything else. Now I'm gonna get ready with my garnish. Now I have all of my components. Pickled onions, garnish, and our very, very nice tinapa spread. So here I have my baguettes. Then we're gonna garnish. Now that we have them all ready, have my plate here, we'll taste one for the chef's bite. That is the best spread I've made by far. And I have some friends over here who are about to try it.
Childhood friends kami.
How far back do you go?
Nagdikitin siya ng mga nanay namin, gumanong kami.
Wow. Get the small one.
I mean, like, they're all the same.
That's small?
Yeah.
God!
Cheers.
Chair.
How is it?
Good.
So good.
I like the smokiness of the fish.
Tuna spread times 1,000.
Wow.
That was actually the peg.
So good with the
Ito,
garnish.
malalaman natin kung okay talaga sa wine.
Wine pairing.
Hindi kaya.
My original idea was to do this.
Great minds think alike. How is it?
Why are you
How is
actually
it?
nervous?
How is it? Huh?
Good, it's good.
Oh, yeah?
Good job.
Heard it from the big boss himself. I'm not yet fired. Let's go.
Today I'm gonna be making an Asian-style pasta using our favorite milkfish, also known as bangus. So one thing I love about this recipe is that you can use old fish. So let's say yesterday you had bangus for breakfast, but you weren't able to finish it. So today we will make it with a different Asian flair. So I have here my milkfish, and fortunate enough for me, this one was already descaled. All I have to do is season it with salt and pepper. We're just gonna get rid of the fins. The fins? No, the tail, sorry. The tail. Oh my gosh, ayaw magpahiwa. Ayun. Got it. So I saw a kitchen hack over on the internet that says if you sprinkle a little bit of flour on your fish, it will prevent the oil from splashing. So we are gonna test that today. Time to fry these babies. Okay. In fairness, nag-work yung hack. Now that our fish is cooked, we will put it aside first for it to cool down, and we will work on our pasta sauce. For our pasta sauce, we'll just be needing a few ingredients. So we have our chicken stock, oyster sauce. Wait lang. Hindi ko kaya. We will be putting 1 tablespoon of char siu sauce, 1 teaspoon of chili garlic oil. Hindi ko kaya. 1 teaspoon of chili garlic oil, and a little bit of salt and pepper. And also, we will drizzle some sesame oil. And all you have to do is just mix it to combine. Forgot to mention, you should add some sugar to your sauce so that it can balance out the sweetness. And of course, you can taste it to see if it's to your liking. Okay, so all we have to do is remove the meat of the bangus and transfer it onto the plate. So you can cut it based on how big you want it for every subo that you get with your pasta. So I'd like to think around 1 inch in size is just right. All right, now we're ready to start with our pasta recipe. So our wok is already seasoned. That means it's not gonna stick anymore, hopefully. We will start first with some peanut oil. Now we will saute our onions. Next, our garlic. These are shirataki mushrooms. We just have to saute these. Once that's ready, we can add back the bangus. Now we're ready to add the pasta sauce. Mix just a little bit, and then we're ready to add the pasta. Wag na nga. Just like every pasta dish, it's important to add a little bit of pasta water so that the sauce will stick to the noodles. And for the co-star of today's show, we will be adding our favorite part, the peanuts. And now, we're ready to serve. Chef! I just want to say, this looks restaurant quality, guys. I was so scared because it's my first time to make Asian style pasta, but rest assured, the home cook like me can make it, so you can too. Now that we're done making our pasta, I'm gonna call 2 friends to help and try this for me. So I'm not sure if we're still friends at this point, if they don't like it. Oh well, let's call on Sam and Nika to come here. So our friendship lies on your comments. I drizzled some sesame oil pala para may konting bango. Diba?
Ang mahal pala ng pasta.
Para sa inyo, guys.
3, 2, 1. Dami mong kinuha.
No, it's actually not bland.
Oh, thank you!
Kasi she's been telling us na it might be bland, but it's actually not.
Thank you so much.
Not bad. The pasta's al dente. The sauce actually cling to the pasta as well. The bangus actually gives it a bit of freshness and lightness to the dish.
Thank you, guys. We're still friends. We're still friends.
When I was thinking about how to do something different with bangus, I naturally gravitated to kind of like a surf and turf variation of the dish. When you think surf and turf in a foreign or Western perspective, most of the time it's a steak with a lobster tail or that kind of combination made in the grill. In the Philippines, the only thing I could think about when I thought surf and turf is something like sinuglao, which is roasted or grilled pork belly on top of kinilaw of fish usually, which is a great combination. So what I decided to do were some pork and some Bangus Arayes. So if you've never heard of Arayes, really simple. You take a nice fluffy pita. The smaller the better, because it stays nice and compact. You cut it in 2 and you basically stuff it, usually with a lamb or beef filling with tons of spices in there. It's really kind of aromatic, fragrant, and absolutely delicious. This is something that's really popular in the Middle East, and it's actually really simple to do. First step, we'll grate white onions. White onion for a bit of sweetness, red onion for a bit of bite. I'm gonna do the same thing with 3 cloves of garlic and then a bit of ginger. You can already see tons of moisture pooling around our onions. So cheesecloth, we're gonna place our onions, garlic, and our ginger in there, and then press out all the liquids, tons of it. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and prep the other aromatics that I'm gonna need for the dish. So really simple, I'm just gonna add some siling labuyo because I think this is gonna be really nice when it's spicy. All that goes into one big bowl with the bangus, so the star of the show that I stole from Mart. So this has basically just been boiled like he did and then kind of removed the skin. You kept the fat and the fish in there. You can make it into little pieces if you want. And then finally, some ground pork. All that gets tossed in with some cinnamon powder, some cumin, and some paprika. A bit of salt, some black pepper. Then we're gonna fish back out our onions, garlic, and ginger, and then toss everything together. Because I have no idea what this tastes like, I'm gonna go ahead and actually cook a little bit of it. Flavorful, but it needs way more salt. I'm gonna mix this in. Okay, flavor is on point. Last little step, we need some parsley, we need some cilantro. Cilantro? I just got annoyed at myself for saying that. I got really annoyed at myself. Don't be that person, guys. Herbs go in. So ideally, these pitas would be a bit smaller, but this is the best that we got so far. Cut these in 2, open them up. Once these are open, you're just gonna go ahead and grab your filling, place it inside, stuff it as much as you can. This is where it gets a little messy. Olive oil on top, brush it there, and then you're gonna brush every side of the pita as well. And then once that's done, we're gonna go ahead and cook the pita on each side, specifically the outside here, to make sure that it's fully sealed in terms of juices. But then we're also gonna cook both of these flat sides here. And then that goes into the oven probably for, I'd say, 20 minutes until it gets the temperature. Arayes are done. So I'm gonna go easy on the sauce, a bit of fresh yogurt, some tahini that's already been blended with some lemon, as well as a bit of water. And then while you guys weren't looking, I made this fresh red onion pickle. That I think is gonna complement the whole dish.
Grabe.
You got something to say, Seth? You got something to say?
No.
Ah, you're good. Okay.
I want to keep my job.
I felt the bad juju while I was saying that. It's on the verge of saltiness. That's why I add more sauce.
Yeah, gets. Pero yung pickles,
I know, right?
Great idea.
Such a great touch.
yeah.
How did you make it?
The pickles?
Yeah.
It's my grandmother's recipe. I can't.
Solid when you get a bite of the yung bangus belly.
Yeah.
The fat.
Nika, you're awfully quiet.
Just happy to be here. But yeah, it's borderline salty.
Excuse me?
Okay, next. Next.
Hey, I'm Sam, born and raised in Dumaguete. I studied culinary and worked in Australia for about 2 years. Then I went back, opened up my own restaurant, which ran for about 3 years again. Then I am here, still in the kitchen. And today I'm gonna show you a fun way to cook bangus. So now, chop lang natin yung bangus. Ideally, you want boneless talaga. Since we are making crispy dinuguan, we are trying na magki-crispy talaga siya. We're just gonna season them with salt and pepper. Both sides before dredging them in cornstarch. So this is what we're looking for actually. Yung parang brown na talaga siya. That's when we know na nag-caramelize na. So we're just gonna transfer them in a wire rack to avoid for it to be soggy. So since we're working with blood, we need to really cook it off to avoid getting certain bacteria na makakasira ng tiyan natin. Garlic in. Lemongrass. Chilies. Coconut vinegar. So actually, this is my first time cooking dinuguan. So you want to make sure to add in coconut vinegar or any type of vinegar just to kill some of the bacteria, and it prevents the blood to actually coagulate fast. We want to make sure to simmer it on low. We want a really saucy dish. So to achieve that, it's low and slow cooking. Takpan lang natin to, and we're gonna get back to it in a bit. When this is nearly there, we are gonna refry the bangus, and we are gonna season this with fish sauce and sugar. Fresh long chilies, pag malapit na talagang magluto. So ito na yung consistency ng dinuguan natin. That's when you know it's done na talaga. Optional lang, you can add chilies, tapos more crunchy texture pa talaga. Fish crackers. So yung titikim ng dish ko is yung dalawang boss ko. So,
Wow, purong Tagalog. I like it.
yeah.
Sarap.
Sarap? Sure ka ba?
I like the idea. The only thing for me, I would have added some sort of bone broth or bone stock so that you get kind of like a really
Oh, yeah.
fatty,
Like a full flavor,
dinuguan, saucy texture that kind of, when you cook it, you kind of go shriek. I think it's
makes
just like a
sense.
beautiful streak. So that would hug the plate, and then your puto can just go whoop.
I really love when things are like crunchy, the soft, and then yung
The
combination.
texture.
Hey, one of the things that I would have done is separate the skin,
Ah,
fry
yeah,
it
yeah,
on
yeah.
its own,
Fried it on its
and
own.
just let this do its thing.
You're so annoying.
Yeah! If he applied your soup thing, sobrang bilis mo mawala ng texture. So that's one of the things that you can do. This one, gets ko kaya siya makapal.
Marta's been
Pero
here too long. He's getting too comfortable.
Ang iyong idea ay maganda din. Ngunit, kung ang ating balat ng bangus ay mas malutong, ako ay magiging mas masaya.
Yun.
Pero ito ay napakasarap. Mabibigyan ko ito ng score ng masarap.
Flavor-wise, it's good.
Not
I mean, I think most of us are making these recipes for the first time. So that's the whole point in kind of
Yeah.
R&Ding, is just finding out what elements would do better if changed up a little bit.
Hi, I'm Nika. I'm actually a home baker originally from Uzami City, and I just recently moved here in Metro Manila. I actually learned how to cook from cookbooks, cooking shows, and even YouTube. Kaya super excited ako to share my cooking experience and baking experience to all of you. Bangus has always been one of my favorite fish dishes. Mga 2020, 2021, Spanish-style bangus trended on social media, and then my mom regularly makes it. Kaya instantly naging favorite ko siya. So we're just gonna season our bangus. We're gonna heat our pan, mga medium-high heat, because we're gonna fry our bangus first. So our fish is now nice and golden. We're just gonna take this off the heat and then let it cool for a bit. Okay, so now we are going to layer our ingredients. So bakit nga ba siya kailangan layered? Para kasi cooking the fish should be even. At the same time, we're gonna be adding carrots, some bay leaves, some garlic, peppercorns. So all of that will be evenly absorbed by our fish. Some pickles. And then we're also gonna be adding some olives. So green olives, a layer of the bay leaves, and then some peppercorn. So we will now be adding the first layer of our fish. And then second layer naman tayo. Pwede din kayong maglagay ng oyster sauce. Ako, gusto ko yung may oyster sauce para may dagdag siya na umami flavor. Magdadagdag din tayo ng konting suka for that acidity. We're gonna season it more with salt. Ngayon, we are gonna cover everything with oil. So, nasa inyo na what kind of oil you like. But personally, I prefer olive oil, kaya yun yung gagamitin natin ngayon. So, you just need to make sure na everything is covered with oil. So next, lalagyan naman natin siya ng water. So make sure lang natin na everything talaga is covered. So we're just gonna let this simmer for around 30 to 40 minutes until all the water evaporates. So this has been simmering in oil for siguro mga 3 minutes na. All the water has completely evaporated, and then time to plate. Okay, I just want to say, I'm actually pretty confident in my dish, but nung nalaman ko,
I love fish tocino, so I'm really excited about this.
they're gonna be the ones tasting my dish like,
It really looks like fish tocino. I'm actually thinking bangus tocino would have been a cool direction that no
yeah.
one took.
I'm just making sure that she made everything from scratch.
This is technically the most laborious dish, right? Right? It's
I'm
kinda
trying
like,
to impress you.
Oh,
I'm
I just made like some bangus. What do you call
no
this?
sweat.
Confino sweat. I just make this from scratch, you know.
Uy, sarap nga.
Really?
Sarap.
Okay.
It's a very heavy dish, right? Obviously, we all know that,
Yeah.
right? That's not a bad thing. What I really appreciate is how much sweetness is coming off the vegetables. For me, it makes the dish.
The fact that the vegetables are still sweet and they're chewy and they're soft means like your oil was just the right temperature.
Yeah.
So it was really cooked perfectly.
Who do you think unofficially won today?
Unofficially won. It's a tie between this one and Chef Martin's. I would say.
For you?
Really? Me, Chef Mart's. But I also love your dish.
That was a trick question. They should have said me, but fuck it. I'm out. You guys can enjoy your night. Peace out. Bye-bye. I don't want to talk to you anymore.